up, what up, what up, what up, what up? So we're back from a very, very long hiatus. But we're back with some new content. We're basically going to be using or showing you how to use ChatGPT. You know, this is kind of off subject from ads and whatnot, but ChatGPT is a very effective tool. I believe anyone can use to start making money online. So this is going to be a series, and we have a Telegram group attached to this where I'll be sharing strategies you can use to make money using ChatGPT. But today's video will be showing you how to start a side hustle using a blog and the ChatGPT software. So first thing you want to do, you want to set up a WordPress.com or a Squarespace site. So with WordPress.com, they do offer a free site, but it will have the .wordpress in the domain. I do recommend just going ahead and buying your domain. I believe you can get a WordPress site for about $7 per month. Then you want to pick your niche and purchase your domain. So what I want to do is show you an example. So we're going to use credit repair. Credit repair as our example. Don't allow. Let's see. And if you're joining from the Telegram group, press 1 in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me clearly. Also, put your topics in the chat, and I can go ahead and give you some ideas. For your blogs. Again, if you're watching, comment your blogs, and we use your blogs as examples as well. So let's say you wanted to start a credit repair blog. Just trying to come up with a name. Credit repair. So when picking your domain name, let's say you're going with the credit repair example, you want to make sure you have credit repair in your blog name. This is going to help with your rankings. Are you on here? I see we have 3 concurrent viewers, but no one's responding in the chat. I'm trying to make sure everybody can hear me clearly. But anyway, I'll go ahead and keep going. So anyway, you want to have credit repair in your name. So make sure whatever domain name you pick, you have your niche or your industry in your name. So now once you have your domain and your niche pick, you want to use ChatGPT to create blog content. So where we're going to get our blog content ideas is going to be from Google. So when we search credit repair in Google, Google gives us this section that says people also ask. So these are the questions that people are asking about credit repair. So if you click on these, it's just going to keep giving you more and more and more content ideas. So basically what you want to do is take these blog posts or these titles and make a big list. If our goal is to do one blog post per day, we want a list of 365 blog posts that we need to knock out using the ChatGPT. And basically what this is going to do is give you a bunch of relevant content on your website about the subject. So that's important when trying to rank in Google. Google is basically going to prioritize sites that have the most content on that actual subject. So let me show you how we would use ChatGPT. How much does credit repair usually cost? Now, ChatGPT has been known to give you plagiarized content. So, let's see. How much does... Okay, so basically you have to kind of pick how you're going to phrase your question or your query to ChatGPT. So, can you explain to me how much credit repair cost in a professional tone? Explain to someone who is considering credit repair. Enter. Okay, let's copy this thing. I need to reload. So you can just copy and paste the question, but I think you're going to get a better piece of content if you kind of give it more specific guidance. So as you can see, now it's spitting out the content for us, but we're not necessarily done because when you are creating your content on your blog, it has to be structured in a certain way. So now what we're going to do, okay, let's open a new tab, docs. Let's see, blank. Okay, so what we're going to do is grab our question, how much does credit repair cost? Copy. And each one of your blogs, you want your blogs to be at least 1,000 words or more. So this is considered a heading or a title. Then we're going to put our content. So we want to structure our blog posts in a specific way. That way Google can prioritize our content. We want to basically make sure that our content is better optimized than everyone else's content. So one thing you can do is grab probably like 4 more questions. Is paying someone to repair your credit worth it? So we're going to copy this. Then we're going to go inside ChatGPT. Then we're going to grab, how can I fix my credit immediately? Then we're going to go inside. So basically, we already have all of the topics we're going to use. We're going to use 3. And basically, we're just going to copy this, add it to our blog. And these are going to be our secondary headings. Does anyone have any questions? Y'all being pretty quiet. Okay. And I know I'm probably skipping over a lot of stuff. So yeah, if y'all want to get the most value out of this, it's best that y'all ask questions, unless y'all know about SEO and blogging. Let's see. Then how can I fix immediately? So again, like I said, you want at least 1,000 words of text per blog post. And this is going to be a heading as well. So this is going to be an H2. So basically Google prioritizes, from your title to your first heading to your second heading. So basically, whatever your H1 is, which is this is what it's going to actually try to rank for first. Then we're going to grab our content. Then go back to our doc and we're going to paste this. Let's see. Word counter. Can you create a blog on your website to increase? Yes. So we have 715 words. I mean, this is good just for the example that I'm trying to get across. But again, when you go out to create your blog post, you want at least 1,000 words of text. Now, the next part to this is when you actually, so when you go and create a blog on your website, you're going to have to structure your URL. So let me show you how you would structure it. So let's say we went with creditrepairguide.com. So for your blog post, it will be / and you want to insert your keyword in your URL. So when you're creating your blog, it's going to ask you, what do you want your URL to be? So the keyword that we're trying to rank for is this. So our URL will be structured in this way. So it'll automatically put these little dashes in there for you. I'm just giving you an example to show you what it looks like. And basically why this is important is because what Google is paying attention to when trying to determine where they want to rank your content, first thing they're looking at is going to be your URL. Is your URL structured properly? Does your URL contain the keyword? Next thing they're going to be looking at is your content. Is your content relevant to the keyword that you're actually trying to rank for? So if we go back to credit repair and see, so how much does credit repair usually cost? So let's look at the examples that's already here. So they have how much does credit repair cost in the title. Then if we check their URL, how much does credit repair cost to repair my credit? So this isn't all the way properly structured, but it's good enough. Then they have secondary headings, understanding credit repair, what credit repair companies do, scam credit repair companies. So if you check any blog, they're typically going to be structured this way, where you have a title and you have subheadings that are relevant to the main title that you're trying to rank for. How do you know which keyword to use for raw hair company? Also, with the blog, you are basically creating content based on information about your company with those specific keywords. So, okay, let's use raw hair as an example. Raw hair. And if we scroll down, so these are all of the questions that we can grab about raw hair. So if I were you, I would make a list of all of these questions. Then I would start plugging these questions into ChatGPT. And if anyone hasn't figured it out by now, the whole purpose of ChatGPT is it creates the content for you. So now we don't necessarily have to write content. Now the only thing about it is ChatGPT is not connected to the internet, and it does pull this content, from whatever database it's pulling it from. So a lot of this content could be plagiarized. That's why I suggest you're a little bit more specific when putting in your input. So what does raw hair mean? So let's see if it gives us a different output. Can you explain to me what raw hair means in a professional tone? Yeah, so it's pretty much saying the same thing. But there are tools you can use to make sure that the content isn't plagiarized. And the reason why that's important is because if the content already exists on the internet, um, Google's not going to prioritize your content over the content that's already been written, if that makes sense. So if company A already had this exact content on their website, they're going to get higher rankings than you because they had it first. So that's why you want to make sure that the content doesn't already exist on the internet. How do you know which words to use? So yeah, like I said, with the raw hair, you want to create every content around every topic on raw hair. Now this is a paid tool called Ahrefs, and if we put in raw hair here, um, this will give us, the search volume. So it's saying about 1,000 people per month are searching raw hair in Google. It also gives us related keywords. We can also look at this question function, and it's going to give us anything that has like raw hair as a question. So I wouldn't worry about using this tool until you're starting to get traffic on your website. Then you can use a tool like this. But for now, just getting the topics from Google is good enough. Any questions so far? So would you go in and just change some of the wording? So yeah, there are tools. Now I haven't used this one yet, but I've been doing some research to find Quill. Okay, so let's try this. I thought it was just a plugin. So there are tools that can rewrite the content for you. So to be, play it safe, once ChatGPT spits the content out for you, you can plug it into something like this, and it's going to spin it for you. So now this content, this spun content, should be 100% unique. So the absolute most safe way to do this is get the content from ChatGPT, then you want to spin it on this Quillbot. Because that was the biggest issue with chat that people were having with ChatGPT, is that a lot of the content was just content that already existed on the internet. So that's why you kind of have to be creative about how you ask your questions to ChatGPT. And if you're just joining, comment, the topic that you're going to create your blog around, and I can go ahead and give you an example, what you can do to create content. How would you rank higher than the content at Jack? Okay, so that's a good question. So, okay, let me show you an example. So the question is how to rank higher than the content that already exists. So let's use the raw hair as an example. Actually, let's go back to the credit repair example since I already done it. So the thing is, you want to be more optimized than the competition. So the only optimization that this website has going for it is the title and the URL. How we can outdo this, so let's see, first of all, we want to see how many words they have. So first we have to beat them on text. So they have 974 words of text. So they're beating us on text. So let's say we want the number one position for this keyword. We need to go ahead and create 1,500 words or 2,000 words of content. That way we're at least beating them on the number of words of content. Next, we need to make sure that our blog is actually structured better than theirs. So let's go check out their headings. If you look at their headings, none of these headings are necessarily related to the main topic. Understanding credit repair, this is broad. What do credit repair companies do? This is broad. Now, what we can do is go to Google. Where is my tab? So we're going to go to Google, and basically we're just going to pull what we see from Google and make sure that we have, so everything on the first page of Google you want to have on your blog. So if the question is how much does credit repair usually cost, do you see these other questions that people are asking about credit repair? Imagine if we had all of these questions, at least 4 or 5 of them on our blog as well. That way a person doesn't have to keep coming to Google and clicking around to find the answers to these questions. They're already on our site. So that's how you beat the existing competition, is by outdoing them with number of text on your page. You also want to outdo them by having more relevant headings and more relevant content. No problem. So yeah, the short answer is more. When you're doing SEO, we're basically in competition with other website owners or other businesses. So if they have 500 words of text, you want to double that, triple that. If they have 3 headings, you want to double, triple that as well. You also want to add videos if you can get them, grabbing YouTube videos, pictures, anything that's relevant for the topic that you're trying to rank for. So I mean, this is pretty much it on the surface level. I'll definitely be getting into more in-depth strategies once y'all start getting y'all blogs up and everything. Show us how to use this for hair brands. So just like I did with the raw hair, all you have to do is come in here, go hair extensions, then come to this people also ask section. So like I said, the whole point of this is to create as much content on the subject. So let me give you an example of a site. So here's the site right here in the luxury watch space, and this is a straight up blog. See here, these are all blog posts. So all they do is create content around subjects that have to do with luxury watches. And if we plug this in Site Explorer, so this website currently ranks for 133,000 keywords, and it receives about 400,000 visitors a month, and the value of that traffic is about $355,000 per month. So just from creating content around one specific subject, now keep in mind this is an old site, this is a 7-year-old site, but as long as you keep uploading relevant content to your blog, relevant searchable content to your blog, you will begin to see traffic and traction and money. So either you're going to use this for your existing website. I know a lot of y'all are in the hair space and create a blog on your site, or if you're going somewhere new, make sure it's something that you're passionate about. Also, make sure you're going into a niche that has people that have money to spend. This element over here trying to figure out what app can you use on Shopify. Oh yeah, Shopify already has the blog built in. NFT podcast. So yeah, if you can go into an emerging market such as NFTs, that's going to be even better because there's not a lot of competition. So let's see what pops up when we put NFT. So the term NFT is being searched 1.4 million times per month. It's extremely hard to rank for that, so I wouldn't even try to rank for that term, but we can go for the questions. And this is hard too. Let me see what's easy. Man, it's a lot of terms. So yeah, there are a ton of like NFT questions that you can answer. How to price your NFT on OpenSea, and even with the podcast part, you can create the blog around the topic, and go ahead and create the podcast episode around the same question, because you see that people are actually searching for this. Let's see. So yeah, anything NFT related, crypto related, it's probably going to be less competition. Anything brand new, emerging, as well. So even the ChatGPT itself, chat. Yeah, it's probably not going to have any data on this because it's so new. But even if someone wants to create a ChatGPT blog, it'll probably be very successful because there's not a lot of competition for it right now. How about NFT for women? This site is called Ahrefs, ahrefs.com. So yeah, that could be a niche within a niche. You create a blog, trying to help women learn more about NFTs, get into the NFT space. So, point is, the potential is unlimited. The whole purpose of this tool is you now have a writer for you. So you can go out and come up with a million ideas. So let's say you just had five different ideas you wanted to go with to see what sticks. You can create those 5 sites and use ChatGPT to create all the content for you. So prior to tools like this, we either have to write the content ourselves or we have to pay writers, which can be expensive. It's expensive to get good content created. On Fiverr, for okay content, you're probably going to pay like $15 to $20 per 500 words. For like top tier content, you're probably looking at $50 to $100 for 500 words. And this really isn't even like scratching the surface. There's a million other ways you can use this tool to make money. For example, um, so people on Fiverr, they need writers. And most writers on Fiverr use Jasper. Like if we search Jasper.ai, so look at this. All of these people on Fiverr, and look at all the reviews, 300 reviews, 50, 20, 50 reviews. All of these people use Jasper. Jasper is a writing tool. And basically Jasper uses the same technology as ChatGPT. It's just like resold and repackaged. And ChatGPT is free. But it's basically the same exact technology. So, what's my point? You literally can create a gig on Fiverr where you write content for other people and charge them. So let's go with this gig. This guy is charging $10 for 500 words. And people are ordering this. Let's see, premium, 3,000 words for $50. Now ChatGPT is free. So we literally can post our gig on Fiverr, undercut all of these people. We're going to charge $40 for 3,000 words and just use ChatGPT to write the content. No, I don't use Discord. I use Telegram. I'm old school. So this is another way you can use this tool to make money. But like I said, just make sure you pass the plagiarism check and all of that stuff. But it's a million different businesses that can be created from this tool, not just blogging. Just check my story or send a DM so I can get you the link. But I see we have 6 people watching. Any questions while we're here? Oh no, y'all being pretty quiet. I think y'all trying to make no money. Well, if we don't have any questions, I'll go ahead and wrap up this call. But you would have to use the other app to change up the word amplifier. Yes. There are a few apps. What is this called? This is called Dupla Checker. So I used this one yesterday, and it said 0% plagiarism, 100% unique. But I mean, I wouldn't be too worried about the plagiarism thing. Reason being is because even if the content already exists on the internet, you will still see some rankings. Now, so here's the thing. So let's say you create a blog post and it already exists, like you just stole everything. That content will at least get to page like, let's say 2 or 3 on Google. Yeah, it'll be saved. So yeah, Quillbot is the one that rephrases it. This one right here. But let's say even the content already existed on the internet. That still should get you to page 2 or 3. Now, if you get to page 2 or 3 of Google, and let me show you what that looks like, because I know a lot of y'all never even been to page 2 or 3. Say raw hair. Scroll to the bottom. Oh wait, do they even do that shit anymore? So if you search on your if you search on your phone, okay, so anything below this related search should be considered page 2. So it's not even letting me go. So my point is, it'll get you to at least page 2 or 3. Now, if you're stuck at page 2 or 3 and it won't move, then you switch up the content, like all the way. Just put something brand new, fresh on there, and that should get you to page 2. So Google is like a dance, like you're, dancing, playing back and forth with Google. And some parts of the internet or some parts of Google are like underdeveloped, so you can kind of get away with certain things that you couldn't necessarily get away with in other industries. For example, let's say I wanted to rank for raw hair, and I just stole content from Pure Virgin Luxury Hair Company. I stole all her content from her site. I should still be able to rank because you can kind of get away with it in industries such as raw hair just because it's not a lot of competition. Now, I could not get away with that if I tried to go out and rank in the weight loss niche or the payday loan niche, because those niches are high competition and cutthroat, so you can't get away with that type of stuff. And here, I'll even show you an example. So, Vixen, in Houston. So look, I used to rank number 1, but I don't even use this site anymore. We don't really even have this business. So if you look, I still rank number 4, but this is from 2017. So I haven't touched this in 6 years. And it still ranks on the first page of Google in the number 4 position. But if now somebody read the content for me, read this first line, and let me know if this makes sense. So this is the type of content we used to get in 2017 from robots. Shit that didn't even make sense. But it's so low competition, and this is an underdeveloped area of Google. Just think like underdeveloped neighborhoods. You can kind of get away with anything. So yeah, I even had a guy, he was on my post like arguing with me about, Google's going to punish people for using this tool. The main thing is that you provide value. If someone comes to Google and search, what's the difference between a frontal and a closure? Just answer the question and, provide what they're looking for. That's most important. I don't think Google cares if you got the content from a robot. What do we need to do now to be unique in the hair business? I don't know. You're going to have to be like Snob Life or D Hair Boutique or Indique or Yummy. So, I will follow them. Kendra. I'm more technical. That shit, what you're asking me is creative. That's not my thing. But yeah, to stand out in any industry, not even the hair industry, you're just gonna have to think outside the box and come with your creative side. We can post all day and do hacks and tricks and all of that stuff, but the people who get the furthest are typically the most creative in any industry. And when you look at hair, the top people, the Mings, the D Hair, Kendra, Yummy, those people, they're typically the most creative. ChatGPT can be used for anything writing related. Create, add, Facebook, add copy to help me sell my hair extensions. So no, you no longer even have to think of, what you're gonna put for your ad copy. It does ad copy as well. So yeah, just go to Google, search ChatGPT, and just start playing with this tool. Like the more you can get, accustomed to using this tool, the better off you are. Because this is just the beginning. And imagine, yourself as an operator. I think it'll be a skill in the future worth paying someone for it to be able to use this tool properly and spit out whatever. This thing does code too. Let me see if I can give an example. Write Python code for a scheduling tool. So this is actual like code, like for an app that will schedule shit. Y'all didn't know it could do that, cause y'all. Now I don't know what happens when you run this code, but its work is running. So yeah, unlimited possibilities. So y'all go play with this. But yeah, like I said, this is just the beginning. Like when this tool gets like fully refined and doesn't really make any mistakes, um, just imagine you can literally start a software company where you tell this thing to create the software and you just go out and sell it. But yeah, I mean, I doubt anyone is gonna watch the replay of 43 minutes. But if you do, I'll put the link to the Telegram in the description of this video, and we'll try to go live every day. Using this tool. To watch the replay and play around. Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be super effective. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all soon.